Boxing Day, and doesn't that look very festive and fetching? The Devils in these one-off green jerseys. Coming out to rapturous applause. Everybody still in the Christmas spirit by the looks of things. Home game tonight against the Basingstoke Bison, who, just to confuse matters, will be playing in white with black shorts this evening. Well, both sides are missing players, so let's meet the lineups. And on the mic tonight, you may recognise the voice, it's the one and only Brent Pope.
Mike Hicks, linesman James Kavanaugh, and Tom Darnell. Playing this evening for your Basingstoke Bison, number 11, Sean Maltby, number 16, Jim Shepard, number 17, Edges Brownhouse, number 19, Greg Owen, number 20, Tony Redmond, number 22, Jerry Galloway, number 24, Greg Chambers, number 25, John Wheaton, number 26, Brad Cruikshank, number 28, your captain, Doug Shepard, number 30, in goal, your coach, Mark Bernard, number 35, Dan Green, 44, Ryan O'Keefe, 49, Luke Reynolds, 71, Jason Hewitt, and 72, Mark Gladzy. Now, your Thompson Card Devils, starting number 2, Jeff Burgoyne. Number 10, Jason Stove. Number 11, Alex Simmons. Number 15, Louis Goulet. Number 16, Nathan Rumpel. 17, Mark Richardson. Number 20, Jonathan Phillips. Number 22, Reed Darby. Number 23, Ed Patterson. 24, Kirk DeWall. 25 is Bill Hill. 26, Brad Bach. Number 28, Benzio Sacratini. Number 29, Neil Francis. Starting goal this evening, number 30, Peter Aubry. Number 39, Mike Broward. And number 47, Mike Darrow. Mike's mascot this evening is Jonathan Bradwick.
Poor old Jonathan. Looks a little out of place in the white amongst the green of the Cardiff Devils this evening.
We're representing A&J Motors for the ceremonial face-off with both captains.
So the two captains tonight for the Basingstoke Bison, number 28, Doug Shepard, and deputising for the injured Jared Adams is number 24 for the Devils, Kirk DeWall. Jared Adams, of course, missing with the reoccurring groin injury and problem that has dogged him for most of this season. But Kirk DeWall filling in as he does so admirably. Now then, it's game night once again in the Wales National Ice Rink. This Boxing Day clash between the Cardiff Devils and the Basingstoke Bison. Bison a little short, of course. Mark Bernard, the coach, has to come out of what was semi-retirement to take his place back in between the pipes. And I tell you what, last time they were here, he was the man of the match, of course. All those shots, because Basingstoke went back to Hampshire with all the points in a 3-2 victory, which really compounded the Devils' December form. But the Devils have only lost 2 out of the last 3, 2 1-1 draws here against Newcastle, and the day before Christmas Eve when they drew 1-1 at Sheffield. But just gazing over there at the Devils bench, how they'd love to have those 2 competitors. There he is on the right of your picture, the missing skipper Jared Adams, who's played through the pain barrier, and Dave Matsos, of course, who's taking up the bench coaching duties. Jared Adams, I'm sure, would love to be out there, looking a bit of a forlorn figure, but he'll add his wisdom and experience to the Devils bench coaches. But I'm sure, as any player will tell you, you can coach as much as you like, but in any sport there's nothing quite like playing once you've played it for a living. Well, Basingstoke are also missing Andrew Sand, the ex-Cardiff and Bracknell player, 6'4", so they're going to miss him at the back. They're going to have Ryan O'Keefe, he's in there. He's the only man who carries any height in the Bison back line. Sand missing, also Sean Thompson, they're without him this evening as well. The man who usually wears 5, a UK player in his 3rd year with the Bison. He'll be missing tonight. I think there's a little delay while our referee Michael Hicks and a couple of the rink engineers try and sort out a small problem, which looks like somebody handing somebody some gaffer tape there. Tell you what, all these problems you get in life, gaffer tape usually sorts it out. It's either gaffer tape or WD-40. Those are the 2 great feats of engineering that seem to cure all ills. So I think we're ready to go. Making sure that the doors behind Mike Bernard's goal are secure. And I think our referee tonight, Michael Hicks, he will get the game underway. Players keen to get on with it, as you can imagine. It's Boxing Day clash where the Devils, they had Christmas off after that 1-1 draw in Sheffield. They have a bit of a rest now to the weekend, but the Basingstoke Bison do have a game against Sheffield tomorrow in Basingstoke. Well, here we go, game night in the Wales National Ice Rink. Louis Goulet beats Shepherd to the puck and retrieves it from Regan Darby. I must say the Devils in these green shirts with the red writing does make it hard to spot the name sometimes, but I'm sure with his style of play, there's Goulet, almost straight in there. You can always tell Louis Goulet his style of play, straight to the net, trying to play in Brad Voff. Darby tries to play that forward, it comes off skipper Doug Shepherd, and the first puck out of play. Well, Cardiff City are playing this afternoon, and the games do sadly overlap. There are people that go to both, but it's not a bad crowd for Boxing Day. Some of the shops open. Can't believe why people have actually wanted to go shopping on a Boxing Day when they do all that much on the run up to Christmas. But we do have a nice noisy crowd in for this Boxing Day fixture, and a lot of them, I'm sure, full of festive cheer, and also probably wearing a lot of new fleeces for the winter. But here comes O'Keefe now. He's the man carrying the hitman hopes on his shoulders. Played across the ice by Wheaton, who was the danger man here last time, who they've got to watch. Shepherd couldn't make it though, Goulet still in there. And here goes Wheaton again. Good work though by Garrow, getting himself between Wheaton and his netminder Peter Aubrey. And 22 is Galway. Again, a man who had another solid game last time the Bison were here. There's Galway again, dumping the puck into the corner and taking the linesman out with him. There's Sacratini now, his first time on the ice this evening. having to go alone. He's got 4 Basingstoke players ahead of him, had nobody in support to his left, which I think is where he was looking for the space. There's Burgoyne now. Forward Burgoyne goes, tries to play that across. Phillips was coming in late, couldn't get anything on it. Chambers, and now Maltby. Maltby, very dangerous going forward, very ambitious shot, lands on the back of Peter Aubrey's net. Now Owen. Patterson though, prevents the wraparound, can't quite get the puck away. And Chambers dumping into the corner. Owen will chase it again, he'll beat Burgoyne to it. Burgoyne though, takes him out of it. Patterson working hard on the back line, and now able to carry the puck forward for the Thompson Cardiff Devils. Will he elect to shoot? Will he dump it in the corner? He shoots, comes off Bernard. Phillips couldn't get in there. I have to say, Galazzi, he marshalled him brilliantly, so Phillips could get nothing on the loose puck. So good work from the Devils. Phillips losing out that time. Richardson trying to get in there as well. Chambers plays it forward, and that'll be the first icing. Well, that's the first shot on the goal of Mark Bernard, and so many times in the last game he failed to catch and hold many pucks, but again his defenseman came up big in keeping the Devils forwards from snaffling up the loose puck. Phil Hill now driving into the corner. He's barged out of it though. There's Cruikshank. O'Keefe. I think an offside called against Neil Francis. O'Keefe and Phil Hill swapping festive felicitations. It's a word you don't hear every day, huh? Francis in there, squirts out to Redmond. O'Keefe again. Good play by the Scot to find the big 6'3" defenseman. Got the power to dump the puck forward. Cruikshank. Redmond's shot coming in. Beaten away by Peter Aubrey. Well kept in by Redmond. Brahamis was in there as well. Now Phil Hill sends the puck away. Well, Richardson on the chase. Shot coming in on Peter Aubrey from Edis Brahamis. And Neil Francis makes light work of him now. Phil Hill shot coming in, wide. Francis on the follow-up. Turned it across the face of the goal. But nobody on the edge of that crease. And Cruikshank able to get the puck away, but it will be an icing. Well, that was excellent work by the 2 Welshmen. Phil Hill and Neil Francis. Phil Hill's initial shot beaten away into the path of Francis. Could have had a shot, but he looked up for Hill, who didn't quite make it to the crease in time. Goulet back out now against Jim Shepherd. Stuck, so Brad Voth has to come and retrieve, but there's Wheaton now, and Doug Shepherd behind Wheaton. Galazzi, Voth nearly taking out Michael Hicks. Louis Goulet, bit of time on the puck, and even more so for Regan Darby. It's a bit of a mistake by Mike Garrow, but nobody in the immediate vicinity to cause him any trouble. Manages to get it towards Goulet. Good control, there's Voth. Can he get a shot away again? It's deflected. Galazzi fell under the challenge of Goulet. Galazzi just muscling Brad Voth out of the puck, and he gets away with it as well. Goulet, and now Shepherd. He's got his namesake outside of him. There he is, shot coming in, blocked by Regan Darby, and the Devils getting away, and I think there's going to be a penalty call here. I think it'll be against Nathan Rempel, and Cruikshank coming in to have a go at Rempel. Voth, I think he's trying to intervene. Well, there's definitely some afters there between Cruikshank and Rempel, and I think the first power play will go against the Thompson Cardiff Devils, so that's a man up. And we haven't had 5 minutes yet, and Nathan Rempel goes into the bin. 2 minutes for the former London player. Another former London player, Vezio Sacratini, trying to reason with the officials. But no, penalty call. So Owen and Patterson contesting this. And Patterson wins it. And it flies down the end of the ice. So Basingstoke with this man advantage. Let's see if they can make it pay. First they've got to get out of their own zone. Kirk de Wall fires the puck towards Sacratini, trying to put Galway under pressure. But Jerry Galway is quite happy. Knows his team has plenty of time. There's O'Keefe. And again, that fired puck around the boards from the big defenseman. There's O'Keefe again from Galway. Basingstoke, man over there, Maltby on the far post, but couldn't find him, could Owen. There's Chambers and got from Galway. Chambers shoots, saved by the foot of Peter Aubrey. That could be an important save. And here goes Louis Goulet. Got Galway closing him down. Oh, he went high, and so did the puck. Garrow now. That puck was travelling, considering the amount of distance it travelled, virtually all the way back towards the Cardiff defensive zone. Galazzi now. Here's Shepherd. And Jim and Doug Shepherd do work it out one way or another to put pressure on the Devils' goal. Shepherd, is he going to wrap it round? Oh, wrong side of the net. Wheaton now. Darby putting him under pressure. Shepherd again. And Galazzi. And there's Wheaton. And that's good play by Mike Garrow. Just the right amount of pace on the puck. Shepherd in open ice, picks up Bernard's pass. And there, Wheaton right in front of Aubrey. Fired across again from Shepherd. Galazzi's shot coming in. Again, it's bobbing out in front of the net. And penalty killed. A lot of pressure coming on there from the Basingstoke Bison, but the Devils stood up well to that. And now, Rehamis. Voth robs him of the puck. O'Keefe. Shepherd tries to bat it away and misses. Kirk de Wall. Richardson the Hill combining, but it's Galway that has the puck. Good check then from Burgoyne. There's Richardson and Cruikshank. Oh, I say. Bit of a stray pass by Cruikshank. But excellent checking there on Jeff Burgoyne. On Jason Hewitt. A lot of noise early on in this first period. Is it because we're in pantomime season? I don't know. A lot of young voices raised. But, certainly, no pantomime here. Still 0-0. And there's de Wall. Now Burgoyne. Good pass. Almost found Patterson. He tried to find Sacratini. Patterson goes in alone, and Bernard again. Puck went loose. And the two coaches clashing. And defenseman jumping in. As O'Keefe was in there, probably feeling that Patterson went in a little late on his opposite number. Sacratini and Hewitt exchanging a few words, a few pushes. Sacratini still quite happy to chat away about the life and times of a hockey player over Christmas. Sacratini, and we'll go back on the D with de Wall. Quite happy for Burgoyne to go forward. Again, Sacratini and Hewitt exchanging words as Hewitt left the ice, and they're still going at it. I'll tell you what, if you got 2 minutes for talking, Sacratini would be in the box all the time, wouldn't he? Great competitor. Here he is again, driving towards that net, trying to play in. De Wall, Sacratini gets it again. That time, it's Cruikshank. And de Wall, under instruction from Burgoyne, who has to go and rescue the puck from Brahimis. And there's Cruikshank, 2 men in front of the goal now. Hewitt's one of them. And it's Sacratini who comes away with the puck and plays in John Phillips, going in on Mark Bernard's goal. And a difficulty in the clearance for the two Basingstoke defenders. One of them was O'Keefe, was Redmond the other one. And again, Patterson closes it down. Shot coming in from Regan Darby. And that's stuck. Well, I was looking for that to bounce off the plexi with the action of Mark Bernard, but he held it. It was going high and wide, but he made sure the puck went nowhere, froze it. And the Devils starting to pile on a bit of pressure of themselves on that Mark Bernard goal. They know what a tricky netminder he is to get past. Goulet squirts away through Owen's skates, and Galazzi is able to play the puck away to Galway, looking for Chambers. Play on called. There's Darby, and Goulet steps straight to his stick. Garrow dumps it in the corner. Rempel on the charge. Voth's there as well, and it'll be Regan Darby under pressure from Chambers, manages to find with a very cool pass, Louis Goulet. Louis Goulet couldn't find Voth though, but he will find his own pass. And still got it. Goulet, can he get a shot away? And there's a penalty call there. And that's hooking call against number 19, Greg Owen. So a bit of time in the bin for him. And Cardiff have their first power play of the afternoon. Goulet, DeWall hasn't opened up in for him, but there's Goulet. Oh, Voth just couldn't get anything on it. Garrow, he was tackled by the foot of Michael Hicks. Bit of miscontrol from Voth. And Jim Shepherd looking for namesake Doug. Rempel. Oh, and the pair of them, well, I have to say, that's a bit of a harsh call with the hooking, as it looked a bit 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. And I think both Garrow and DeWall quite happy to argue that point with Mike Hicks. However, he saw it differently, and the penalty called. But as the two players skated across the ice, it certainly looked like there was nothing asked, nothing given. I think Jim Shepherd, just got the unlucky bounce off the boards, and that rendered Nathan Rempel the guilty party. As we know, these days, everybody being pulled up for everything now. They're on a 4-on-4. Here's Jim Shepherd, bit of miscontrol, but leaves it to Doug Shepherd. Can he get a shot away? He can. Straight into the midriff of Peter Aubrey. So it's 4-on-4, and there will be a 22-second power play for the Bison once their man Greg Owen has served his time. Skates on then. Phillips on Redmond. Phillips got there, and he did well. Has he got any support? Goulet's there with him. And I think a penalty is being called again by Hicks. Now, Goulet to Burgoyne. There's Phillips. Looked for the wrap round. Took the puck. Burgoyne. Sacratini was in there. There's Burgoyne again. There's Goulet. Penalty still on. Shot. Oh! Now, was that against the post or against the skate? And that'll be another power play, and that's holding, and you can't hold like you used to be able to. And Tony Redmond, who is, let's face it, a fantastic servant to British hockey, has been since 1992, man from Glasgow, and the Scot there, I think, just found his pace waning a little. The youth managed to outskate the experience. Jonathan Phillips, he did a great number on the experienced Scot. So a 4-on-3. And Garrow, can he get anything in on Bernard's goal? Patterson, there's Sacratini, and there's Patterson again. Voth making a nuisance of himself in front of the goal. There's Garrow, and again Bernard watched it all the way and saved it. Sacratini, it's not opened up for him. Patterson has to control it on his foot. Sacratini, what you want is the first time slap shot, don't you? Like that, and the save again from Bernard, from Garrow. Devils quite happy to see this period of play and this passage of play at this end of the ice. Voth, Sacratini now. Sacratini fires it through. I think that hit Patterson. And well rescued by Garrow. Garrow got one man down on the floor. And that's Voth. Sacratini. And Garrow again. Oh, gave it to the man who was closest to the incumbent Greg Owen. And the Bison managed to escape. And Owen has got a free run on Peter Aubrey. And Aubrey catches it, holds it. Well, while Devils were changing lines, Basingstoke were just getting on with the game. Lines have to be changed, but they gave it to Ed Patterson, who is right near the penalty box, and Owen virtually came up and robbed him of the puck, or made him play a little quicker than he wanted to anyway. Very exciting period of play there from the Cardiff Devils. Just as we wanted, the Devils fans wanted. A slap shot coming in from Mike Garrow, and again, saved by Bernard. Aubrey, oof, that squirted under his skates from O'Keefe's powerful shot. So Devils on the power play once again now. And there's Goulet, DeWall, only as far as Shepherd. Wheaton trying to close in on Aubrey. Richardson. Devils just have under 20 seconds with this man advantage, and the man taking it up the ice. Burgoyne thought about shooting, dumps it in the corner. Goulet, Richardson, only as far as O'Keefe. And there's DeWall. Good play by DeWall. Redmond waiting to come back onto the ice. Goulet. And Richardson again. Burgoyne trying to make that, but only as far as Tony Redmond. He's just had a couple of minutes off. There's Burgoyne. He's been at the forefront of that last Devils move. There's Brahamis. Derby offside, I think. Brahamis and Cruikshank talking tactics. And Basingstoke have contained the Devils well. They've defended in numbers. Even when they were 4-on-3, they just put themselves in front of their coach. And when the shots got through, Mark Bernard, to be the preventative piece of that final jigsaw puzzle that stops Cardiff advancing. It's Bison who are advancing now, but Derby breaking up that move, cutting out the move, playing Cruikshank in, and he now himself plays in Phil Hill. Hill, oh, good work, leaves it for Richardson. Oh, I think most of the crowd thought that went in. It was the wrong side of the net. That did beat Mark Bernard. Francis can't get any purchase on his shot. Brahamis can, and that will be an icing. Ed Bramanis from Latvia, who was the top goal scorer in the last couple of years. Had to go a bit further back tonight. He's now gone off for a break, but the Latvian, first Latvian to ice in the UK, and he's standing up well in the British game. Clash there with Voth and O'Keefe. Good work in the corner there by Louis Goulet. Louis Goulet, now big men go at it. O'Keefe, good turn from Voth. Garrow. And there's Garrow again. Can he get a shot away? Need to play back in Goulet. Garrow's gone to the back post. Good work from him. Good movement off the puck. Owen trying to close down Francis. And there's Garrow again. There's a shot from Goulet, and that time Redmond got in the way. And Redmond having a hook there at Goulet. Penalty called, and yep, that'll be a hooking call. And again, I think hooking. So another power play for Cardiff. And again, it'll be Tony Redmond, who protests his innocence. Well, not protesting the innocence, but asking why. Why? because you can't do it anymore. That's why. It's all a bit tight in there, isn't it? Shepherd and Patterson. And there's Burgoyne. And finding Darby. And that's going all the way around. Patterson tries to play in Sacratini. And Sacratini has it from Richardson. And Burgoyne lines one up. Ooh, that's against the foot of Jim Shepherd. Sacratini, good control from him. Richardson miscontrolled. There he is again. And Darby. And Patterson now. Always at the forefront of these specialist plays. That time, move breaks down. Bit of relief for Basingstoke, who get chance to change lines. And we've had 15 minutes so far of this first period. Still waiting for the first goal. Bit of a stray pass. Garrow trying to keep Hewitt out. And that's fired all the way down the ice. Aubrey had to go wide and make the save. Minute left on the power play. Here's Regan Darby. Garrow. And here's Goulet and Voth. Goulet. There's Rempel. Goulet looking up. Good play. Bit of miscontrol there by Nathan Rempel. Trying to get in on Galazzi. And good work. Who gets Garrow involved now. And good pass from De Waal to Rempel. Here's Voth. De Waal, bit high, but caught and frozen nonetheless by the net-minding coach, Mark Bernard. Called into play. And so cool that he was actually for a couple of seconds bobbing along in time to the music there. It's a sign of a job well done and playing with great confidence. So are the Devils here on this power play. It's Goulet now. Got Rempel and Garrow with him. Ops for Garrow. Shoots and straight through into the stomach of Mark Bernard. All that padding and the puck held up. Goulet wins that. Garrow's got it again on the blue. Goulet goes forward. And the puck frozen. I think Voth tried to take it in away from Bernard's glove. Bernard, I don't think, very happy about that. And expresses his displeasure against Nathan Rempel, even though it wasn't Rempel who was the culprit. Well, he may be coaching, but one thing you never lose when you've played hockey is the competitive edge. Bernard, I think, telling Michael Hicks that he had the puck. I think he wanted a penalty called, but Basingstoke have virtually killed this one off. There's Burgoyne now. There's Rempel. Goulet. Rempel. Can he wrap that one round? Bernard spreads himself, falls loose again. Voth couldn't take it. Well, it had to happen. Bernard could only take so much. And Voth, he's after Shepherd. Whether it was Shepherd that initially laid the first punch, I'm not sure. But there'll be penalties here. Shepherd down on the ice. And I think he's drawn blood. And Voth, no nonsense. And Voth being taken off. I think he drew a bit of blood there, which was Jim Shepherd's. Voth had a nibble at the netminder who froze the puck. Basingstoke players expressing their displeasure. And Voth, well, reacted accordingly. Well, the entertainment going on over the other side of the ice, a big argument between Nathan Rempel and Jim Shepherd, the two number 16s. Rempel thinks that he contributed, Shepherd contributed to the fact that Voth was escorted from the ice, and Shepherd going down to get some treatment. Well, it was bound to flare up as there were sticks and bits of equipment going in on Mark Bernard, who was freezing the puck, and of course rules state that once the puck is out of sight, the referee will blow.
No flash photography to be used at all during the game. Anyone caught using the flash after the warning will be tested for the record. Ladies and gentlemen, no flash photography.
Well, if that's an early shower for Brad Voth, that will be a hell of a blow to the Cardiff Devils cause, especially already missing Jared Adams, who's on the Devils bench tonight. Doug Shepherd is amongst the officials, and I think now it's all been questioned and sorted out. There will be a Basingstoke player in the sin bin, number 17, Brahmanis, serving a bit of time. Ed Patterson having to skate across to the sin bin area to find out what's what. So Jim Shepherd is back from receiving treatment over the other side of the ice by the Basingstoke Bison bench. If you bought this DVD and you're a lip reader, maybe you can work out what he's saying, but he's definitely felt the wrath of the home fans as Jim Shepherd, Doug Shepherd the captain, relaying what is to happen. Quite a long delay before the penalties are called out and before the penalties are handed out. There's nobody in the Devils sin bin area at the moment, but like I said, Ed Brahmanis is the solitary figure, and we'll await the judgment from referee Michael Hicks. Well, still no news on the penalties, and still Doug Shepherd and Michael Hicks. He's going to get the slow hand clap in a minute. Oh, there we are.
To number 30, Mark Bernard, 2 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes for leaving the crease.
Oh.
Served by number 17, Edges Brenes. Additional Basingstoke Bison penalty, number 16, Jim Shepherd, receives a 5+ game for cross-checking.
Well, there we are. It was Jim Shepherd who was cross-checked.
Penalty to number 26, Brad Voth. He receives a 2-minute roughing penalty, plus an additional 5+ game for roughing. All penalties are 15-23.
So it's Devils on the power play. Sacratini got Burgoyne with him. He's also uses Burgoyne. There's the extra man. Net off its moorings. And Bernard, well, he's already been called for a penalty. Richardson was the player homing in on the Basingstoke Bison coach's net. I tell you, he knows every trick in the book. And when you get to that stage, you're going to use it. Well, a 2+2 call against Bernard. I think it was more out of frustration from the previous encounter that he had with a Devils player once he'd frozen the puck more than anything. But he's got it there again. Richardson going in on him, and probably thought better of it. So, one of the Shepherds. Fancy getting a Shepherd thrown out at Christmas time. Well. Here's Burgoyne now. Sacratini, that left the blue line. I think Sacratini knew that as well, which is, he didn't give the linesman too much of a hard time about it. So the power play move breaks down. Burgoyne plays it forward. Bernard stops it. O'Keefe only as far as Richardson. And that was sent on its way well and truly. So here's Burgoyne now. Goulet got Richardson in the middle there, who goes beyond the net. Burgoyne, Patterson's open. Sacratini looking for the coach. Sacratini, good skill. Burgoyne shoots, and what a great save again. I say it's a great save, he makes it look so simple, and that's half the beauty of it. Mark Bernard just clutched at that. Discussing there with Ryan O'Keefe. Mark Bernard, again, the goal stays well and truly intact. So, 46 seconds on the power play, 3 minutes and 23 seconds left of the period. A couple of fights, couple of throwouts, but no goals. Lots of controversy. Goulet shoves that forward. Rempel goes down. The puck goes out, and play stopped again. He'll be back just on the blue line there. Bit of a wait while Galway towels himself down. The Goulet and Owen. Garrow just sees that fly past his stick. Well, it is an RAF sponsored puck after all. And Garrow looking for a gap to open up. Goulet, he was robbed there, and well robbed by John Wheaton. Man of the match last time, of course, for the Basingstoke Bison. You just sense that the noise died down a little bit. I think once the players got thrown out after the brawl, seems to have taken the sting out the crowd as much as anything. Anyway, well, that penalty killed by Basingstoke. Here's Sacratini now. There's Cruikshank trying to play Brahmanis in. There was a bit of a hook at Garrow, a bit of a jab at him as well. But now Burgoyne. Now it's 3-on-2 here for the Devils. Leaves it for Sacratini. There's a shot coming in. And Burgoyne has just taken out the netminder. But I think he came up with a puck. Mark Bernard is not happy with that. But I have to say, he came up with a puck, and yep, he is right to raise the glove. He kept his eye on the puck all the way. He caught it, and while he got his eye on the puck, he didn't see the man coming in late, Jeff Burgoyne. Well, what a fantastic save that was. It laid him out. I think he just made sure everything was still working and intact. And he froze the puck, caught it brilliantly. And the two number 28, Sacratini and Shepherd, have to face off. Sacratini goes down. Shepherd sent out. Shepherd really can't understand why. I think Sacratini's more than happy to tell him. Well, a smile from Doug Shepherd. Sacratini actually looked like he went down there like fighters do sometimes when they just caught around the side of the jaw and just temporarily go to their knees. So again, there's a break in the play, or a hold up in the play. I don't think Ed Patterson's too happy about the changes. You see Jason Stone out. I think that's the first time we've seen him in action in this particular period. And He has to do his first shift of chasing back. And here he is now on the puck. Stone plays it towards Sacratini. Flips off he and Maltby's stick. And Galazzi plays it forward. Aubrey will have to field this. And he turns brilliantly to send Shepherd the wrong way. And Sacratini gets away from, it was Cruikshank actually. And here is Sacratini on the charge. And again, it's that man, dare we need to tell you, Bernard. It was Shepherd actually Sacratini skated away from. The captain of Basingstoke, well and truly outdone by the Italian-Canadian Sacratini. Who's now departed for a well-earned rest. That's Louis Goulet. Try and get the better of Shepherd, and he does. DeWall, fired in by Garrow. Phillips is there, can't make it, can that time, but no. Shepherd again, and Galazzi. Goulet. Patterson was loitering with intent at the far end of the rink. There is Patterson now, trying to go high, and it ended up going wide and all the way back behind Peter Aubrey's goal. Chambers closing him down. Owen's there as well. There is Owen. Chambers was offside though. Phillips back in his own defensive zone. Trying to look up and play the puck at the same time. Never always a great combination. Phillips got away with that. DeWall, skipper for the day, to the coach, Patterson, robbed by Wheaton. DeWall marshals Owen out of it. Wheaton again, only as far as Garrow. And there's Goulet. Now in the final minute. Good control by Rempel. Shot's got to come in. It bounces off Patterson's stick. Owen managing to get it away. Intense last 30 seconds this is from the Devils. Now Burgoyne shouted for it, wanted it. Has he got anybody with him? Patterson now going towards the crease. Garrow's back on the blue line, has to fish it from beneath his skates. 15 seconds left. And there's Sacratini. Sacratini, shoot, a goal! What a brilliant goal from Vezio Sacratini. Great work from Jeff Burgoyne to carry that puck all the way down the ice. And with only 10 seconds remaining, the Cardiff Devils have a valuable and very important lead. Superb work. It did get more and more intense. Sacratini looked like he was going nowhere. He got it on the wrong side of his stick and backhanded it into the bottom corner. There we are, 10.5 seconds just under left of this first period, and the Devils have the lead.
Toxic Cardiff Devils' first goal scored by number 28, Vezio Sacratini.
And as the clock runs down, well, Burgoyne gets an assist, and rightly so. Great time to score, and a classic Sacratini goal. He scored the equaliser against Sheffield, and now he's got the opener this evening at the end of the first period, where we've seen fights, stops, controversy, confusion, but we've also seen that man be the difference between these two sides. Talking Mike Garrow through it, and why not? He should talk about that all through the period break. Vezio Sacratini's goal separating the two teams. Basingstoke 0, Cardiff 1 after the first period.
Welcome back onto the ice to the Basingstoke Bison. Welcome back onto the ice, your toxic Cardiff Devils.
are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. We will return to our regularly scheduled program momentarily. Please stay tuned.
Well, a bit of a hold-up to the start of the second period. We've been waiting for referee Michael Hicks, and there we are. Normal service resumed. Well, I say normal, we're just still all up on the gantry trying to get our heads around the fact that Basingstoke, who usually play in green, are playing in white, and the Devils, who usually play in white, are today playing in green. However, after all that confusion, it's still 1-0 to the Devils. It's a little tight in the corner with Regan Darby, John Wheaton, and Wheaton going down under a heavy challenge there. I think it was Darby who backed into his opponent. Now Richardson leaves it for Rempel. Got Goulet with him, goes high, but there again is the figure of the Basingstoke netminder, Mark Bernard, picking that one out. Good move there by the Devils forwards. So Patterson coming up against captain Doug Shepherd. Breaks to Sacratini, the goal scorer, looking for a bit more magic from him. Not allowed to get the shot wrapped around. O'Keefe virtually bullies him out of the way. Bernard finds Wheaton with a cracking pass. Assistant coach Sean Maltby couldn't find an opponent. Kirk DeWall turns it away. Patterson tries to do the same, then has to go back and retrieve it. Shepherd tied under the skates of Burgoyne. And played forward by Redmond. Here's Maltby. Shepherd still with him. O'Keefe back on the blue line. There is Shepherd. There's Wheaton again. Aubrey. And there's a Basingstoke player first to it. Bit of a mix-up in defence. Sacratini able to prevent the shot from coming in, but Maltby, and saved again. Wheaton being very busy. Burgoyne sees to him. And now Devils break with it. Oh, there goes Phillips. Can he get a shot away? No. O'Keefe manages to tip the puck. O'Keefe went for the check. Phillips a bit too quick for him. Using his speed to great effect tonight, John Phillips. And here's Patterson. Gives it to Phillips again. There's Goulet. Oh, that's intelligent play. Patterson got it behind him. Couldn't get the shot away. O'Keefe made sure he couldn't get anything on it. Whistle's gone. As Patterson and O'Keefe have a semi-lightsaber fight, and I think there's a penalty called. The arm up and a hook against Ryan O'Keefe. Well, that'll be another power play to the Cardiff Devils. It'll be their 5th, and well, again pulled up for a hook where it looked as though probably a month or two ago that would have been fairly acceptable. Ryan O'Keefe, well, he feels a little cheated. That puck squirts away as Greg Owen makes Mike Garrow go all the way back for that puck under pressure, although not much from Chambers. But there's Owen again, he's grafting hard. Devils moving the puck quickly. Rempel, who goes round Chambers. Garrow, well, could have been forgiven for thinking that might have been a trip on Nathan Rempel, but he was just too quick, I think, and tricky for his opponent. Goulet plays it against Chambers' stick. And here's Phil Hill, and there's Garrow. Rempel on the other side of the ice, tips that back for Kirk DeWall, who had a chance to go forward, stays on the blue line. There's Goulet now. Goulet, chance to use his skipper, uses Rempel instead. Phil Hill in front of the netminder. Goulet it is who gets the shot on the backhand. Couldn't do a Sacratini and tip it in that bottom corner. And Bernard comes out with the puck again. Good play by Louis Goulet. Phil Hill, those 3 forwards, with Rempel completing the triumvirate. Sadly though, bearing no fruit for the Cardiff Devils as they look to make inroads on this power play. There's 1 minute and 9 seconds left. Change of lines for both teams. Sacratini and Shepherd out there now. They'll contest this. Sacratini wins it. Jerry Galway, Sacratini gets it back to Goulet, who's stayed on as an extra forward. Goulet just dumping it into the corner, had no options on, but now Sacratini trying to conjure up another move. Burgoyne gives it to Sacratini again. Will he drive towards the net? No, he'll use Goulet. Two players in front of Bernard. Shot and a goal! Well, Sacratini has done it again. This time on the power play, and a bit of daylight now between the two teams. The Devils were very patient. Goulet, Richardson, Patterson, Burgoyne, and the man finishing off the move, the Italian stallion Ezio Sacratini. 2-0 Cardiff. Well, we did say there were players in front of Mark Bernard. That obviously did hamper him. He's picked out most of what's been thrown at him tonight, but there was no picking out Sacratini's shot. Again, to Bernard's right-hand side. Sacratini's goal in the first period. That was where that ended up as well. Maybe you see a pattern emerging now as a weakness. And there's Sacratini. Phillips, Sacratini, ran a goal! Well, that man needed a goal. He said so in his programme notes. And lo and behold, we are less than 4 minutes into this second period. And Devils lead now by 3 goals to 0, 23-43. Ed Patterson has got himself back on the score sheet. The coach leading from the front. I thought it might have been a straight hat-trick for Ezio Sacratini. He was sniffing around, unmarked, at the back of Mark Bernard's goal. Patterson didn't need him. He went for goal, and he found the netting between the pipes. Although there's Greg Owen now trying to get something back. Here's Francis. So 2 goals in 23 seconds. Chambers going forward though now. Still. And there's Regan Darby. And here goes Neil Francis. Plays in Goulet. Superb. Couldn't quite get him back. Redmond there. Cutting it out brilliantly and playing Greg Owen in. Now Cruikshank. A check coming in there from Regan Darby. That left Owen down on the ground. No penalty called. And here go the Devils now. They're on fire. Louis Goulet thought about going forward. Has to turn and check. Phil Hill and Neil Francis in there again. Devils, remember, without Brad Voth. Jim Shepherd, he also thrown out for the Basingstoke Bison. So extra work for some of the forwards on the Cardiff team. Not to mention the extra work now, the uphill task that Basingstoke have. Oh, that pass going a bit astray from Sacratini, but he wrestles it back from Galazzi. And Devils now can afford just to be a little relaxed on the puck, but not too much, as that pass from Burgoyne proves that things are and can go astray. Former London player Jason Hewitt trying to close down De Wall. Burgoyne sees him off, and here goes De Wall, the captain. Will he go all the way? Can he get a shot away? Just loses sight of the puck momentarily. Sacratini up against Galway. Sacratini in there again. Oh, what a great save. A superb pass from Richardson. Just a tip on it from Sacratini. I think he thought his hat-trick goal was coming, but Bernard spread himself beautifully. And he's now back to his best after that. Well, the late shock in the first period and a couple of early shocks in this second. Bit of interesting piece of information. Mark Bernard scored 2 goals in his net-minding career and 26 assists, would you believe? Shot going through that time from Burgoyne. Phillips, his puck still loose. Goulet berating Phillips, I think, for that. There goes Chambers now driving in on Aubrey's net. Looks up, takes his eye off the puck. De Wall. And here goes Burgoyne. Burgoyne, when in doubt, dump it into the corner. And killed by Bernard. Not in picture at the moment. There he is, skating back towards his net. Yeah, he's got 26 assists. 4 he got in one game, playing for Bracknell, would you believe, against Basingstoke, thus ensuring his place in the Hall of Fame. So quite a character. 26 assists. There's another shot going away, and again he doesn't hold on to it, Bernard, but he manages to get something on it. Basingstoke at 6s and 7s at the back, but now breaking with Maltby. Bit too strong, that pass from Chambers. And a bit of disarray, as we said, in the visitors' defence. As Cardiff holding the initiative. And 7 more shots than their opponents in that first period, 16-9. And the pressure is unrelenting at the minute. Only 2 teams below Cardiff as it stands in this Ice Hockey Elite League. Basingstoke, one of them. The others, of course, being the basement club Edinburgh. But Basingstoke going forward now. Assistant coach Sean Maltby going down under the challenge, and that's going to be a penalty. Even though the shot comes in, whistle had gone after Cruikshank had forced the shot away. And Regan Darby, he's the man going into the sin bin for another power play. So Basingstoke hopefully trying to get something back out of this game. Devils just on the back foot momentarily. Bison keep that in. Ryan O'Keefe now ices it forward. Ooh. Push from Kirk DeWall on Cruikshank. DeWall still keeping his man at bay. It's twice that puck went through the legs of John Phillips. Here's DeWall now, taking the puck up the ice. Was he held back? No. Referee thinks not. Basingstoke having to build again. Plenty of time left on this power play. Galway. It's only as far as DeWall. There's Bernard. And again, that pass cut out. Sacratini seen off by O'Keefe. Maltby got Galway with him, leaves it for Galway. And straight on the stick of Doug Shepherd. Maltby for chase. Garrow. He's outnumbered there, Mike Garrow, and Wheaton and Shepherd. But a little tip away from Ed Patterson means Ryan O'Keefe has to retrieve the puck. Almost skated straight into Nathan Rempel, but here's Shepherd closing in on the goal. Seen off though by Mike Garrow. Thought too long about the shot there, Doug Shepherd, and the chance had gone then and didn't have anybody loitering. Rempel squeezing Galazzi against the boards. There's Galazzi again. Oh, that was almost squeezed in at the far post by Maltby, and again great saving on his near post by Peter Aubrey. That was an important save. There's Maltby now. And here's Chambers. Oh, failed to take the puck with him. Well, that's a penalty. For what? I think even Kirk DeWall, I think, was the culprit, hooking the charge. Skipper putting himself in the firing line. He'll get 2 minutes for that. So power play continues, and a 5-on-3, but just under 15 seconds left for the Bison to capitalise on this. Man going through there, Greg Chambers. Didn't get anything on the puck, and that was why he was impeded by the other number 24. Devils skipper for the evening, Kirk DeWall. So what can the Bison do with this? Well, I think as that squirts the way of Cardiff, where Mike Garrow gets that away, so does Louis Goulet. Good work from him. So Maltby and Chambers. Maltby having to come a long way to retrieve it, but Regan Darby, here he goes. Can this be a goal? It is! Goulet! Well, really, Basingstoke paid the price for not clearing the puck, not getting the passes complete. Regan Darby took up the puck, shrugged off his man. Louis Goulet was with him, right alongside him. He just had to tip it wide of Marc Bernard, and Goulet had virtually an open net. And on a 5-on-3, Cardiff increased their lead. Short-handed goal.
Cardiff Devils, fourth goal, scored by number 15, Louis Goulet.
Well, I thought you gave the presents away on Christmas Day. That was a gift for the Devils.
Time of the goal, 20:39.
So the festive spirit extended a little too much by the Bison there. We said the visitors were in a bit of disarray, and so it proved. Just weren't able to clear the puck. That was great play though by Regan Darby. He carries the puck forward so well, and in that position it was even more threatening, especially when he had Louis Goulet alongside him. Devils still having to defend though for 1 minute and 18 seconds. And again, O'Keefe just trying to nudge that forward. You can see what he's trying to do there. And a goal! Well, that was a great shot, straight from the blue line. And the power play goal has paid off finally for the Basingstoke Bison. Galway shot from the blue line. And there is a lifeline on the power play there for Basingstoke. It's sneaked past Peter Aubrey. He'll be disappointed by that. There were a load of players in front of him. 2 Basingstoke players, a couple of defenders. Well, Galway will get the credit for that. However, they do have something on the scoreboard. 4-1 in favour of the home side.
Basingstoke Bison first goal, scored by number 22, Jerry Galway. Assist by number 26, Ryan Cookson. Time of the goal, 29:04.
There we go, Basingstoke again. Oh, Brahamis in on goal. Maltby now, and a goal. Ooh. Shot on goal from Hewitt. Just got a stick on it, but Aubrey was equal to that. I thought for a second there it had gone past the giant netminder, but it stayed out and stayed in the netminder's. Well, I think it was his catcher he finally got on it. But Basingstoke, if they do get another goal, they may sense they could get something out of this game. 4-0. Devils seem to be cruising. They want to just concentrate at the back now. And Phillips. And here goes Regan Darby. There's Patterson. And Phillips got Sacratini this side. Didn't use him, elected to shoot. Sacratini was open there. There's Patterson. Falls again in front of Marc Bernard's goal. Sacratini or Phillips couldn't do anything about it. And halfway through, almost, this period, things are hotting up again. There's Aubrey with Darby, and Aubrey nearly taken out by Regan Darby there. Sean Maltby closed in. It's the Devils who are going a bit slack in defence at the minute. Brahmanis, Darby and Maltby. And there is Ed Brahmanis again, looking for the wrap round, the Latvian. A couple of players at the back post, Hewitt one of them. Now Redmond, good clattering tackle from Kirk DeWall. Now Patterson got Sacratini with him. Will he find Sacratini or go? There's Sacratini! Nets off its moorings. Linesman just realised, and I think that will go down as another save in the many in this match from coach Marc Bernard. Sacratini, almost his hat-trick goal there. He's definitely got the smell of goal in his nostrils. And going back with the skate, Bernard managed to take the net off its moorings. But Cardiff really turning the screw, keeping the pressure on. But here goes Chambers through the middle. He's got Shepherd there, and an outstretched hand. Well, another penalty call. And Jason Stone this time, only his second shift. This time he's the culprit. I have to say, when these hooking calls are for you, you think this is a great rule, it's flowing hockey. When it goes against you, you probably think, they're a little too strict and stringent. Well, I suppose if you clamp down on one rule, you have to clamp down on them all. Goulet. Shepherd managing to retrieve that. Burgoyne and Maltby batted away, almost, by Jeff Burgoyne. Men over here, one of them O'Keefe by Peter Aubrey's net. There he is, Goulet, and trying to close down the puck. Only managed to send it towards O'Keefe. Giant of a man, there he is again. DeWall under pressure from Shepherd now. Good footballing skills from the goal scorer, Jerry Galway. DeWall just whacks that into the corner of the ice. O'Keefe with Chambers screaming for it. Got Maltby ahead of him. Good play by Sean Maltby. There's O'Keefe. And saved by Peter Aubrey. Was that a hand pass from Kirk DeWall? Kirk DeWall didn't care. Just a chance to change lines and shifts. Maltby again looking for that. And here's Galway again. Sacratini going in to close him down and kill the penalty. There's Owen. And Owen again. He's timing a little out in those two passes or shots. Patterson, good work from the coach, managing to get the puck into the corner behind Bernard's goal. And Galway, a little too far and a bit too strong for Wheaton. His play has to come all the way back. 35 seconds left on the power play. Just another 8 minutes left of the period. Still, you feel, get the feeling with the clubs in the positions they are, maybe a lot more goals to come, not only in the game, but particularly in this period, this last 7 minutes and 56 seconds. So Rempel wins that, takes it through the skates of Owen, but it's Galazzi to tidy up for the visitors. And Owen again. Romanis bounced off a couple of boots. And there's Bernard playing in Tony Redmond. Trying for the long pass again. And that's what caught them out for Cardiff's fourth goal. Rempel just taken a little bit wide by Galazzi. Only 5 seconds left on this power play. So good work there by Rempel. Stone. Now Derby, only as far as Brahmanis. That was a little bit of a dangerous tip. Gives Wheaton chance to hover in front of the net, which was then taken off its moorings. Wheaton and Sacratini. So close, they're almost kissing under the mistletoe there. Well, despite their lowly league positions, Cardiff, who were at one stage third from top, now third from bottom, despite their lowly league positions, both teams making a good fist of this game. Some good hockey being played. And having said that, there have been a couple of slack moves. Here's Sacratini now, turns and checks. Slippy stuff, that ice. Alex Simmons given the job of marshalling Cruikshank. Hewitt, Patterson, wrestling him out of it. Good work though by Shepherd, good skill. Got Sacratini and Simmons around him. Now O'Keefe, almost a tip from Hewitt. And now Patterson, he got full control of the puck. He's going to send Phillips on his way. Forced to Patterson and Phillips. And Goulet's shot saved brilliantly again by Bernard. Phillips, O'Keefe, haranguing him. There's Goulet again with a chance to look up. Can play it back on the blue line where Garrow waits. Garrow has to intervene with Shepherd. Shepherd takes it off Goulet and Cruikshank. Simmons is the only man back there, and there's Hewitt, and taken out of it. Well, I have to say, that is the wrong call. Goulet, you can be over elaborate, tripping the call. And I'm sure if you wind that back, it was either the slightest, faintest of touches, or there was nothing on it at all as Hewitt went in on the far post. So another power play to the Basingstoke Bison, and with just over 13 minutes left. sorry, 14 minutes left of this period. Sacratini being ordered away from his contest with Owen. That was well won by Phillips, and Phillips could be on the run. Again, he's got the wrong side of Redmond, and a penalty here. Well, that's got to be either hooking or interference. That's twice that's happened. Phillips was definitely on goal there, and the hooking call again. And that means the Devils will have a power play. Of the 2 minutes, only 11 seconds have gone, so it's virtually on as even. So Patterson and Owen to resume the hostilities, which falls to De Waal. Oh, he's going all the way, Kirk De Waal. Didn't squeeze through Mark Bernard's pads. But a couple of jinks there from Kirk De Waal. Had him with a clear sight of Mike Bernard. And they say, don't shoot till you see the whites of the netminder's eyes. I think he got quite close to see them that time. Patterson and Owen. Sacratini getting tangled up with Galway. Ed Patterson with lots of room. Shot coming in from Burgoyne. Patterson tried to deflect it. I think he's got the sense of the fact that he could be on for more goals. Maltby though now, defending to do for Cardiff. Well, will there be a call for that? Maltby falling over of his own steam? I doubt it. O'Keefe just playing the puck over the plexiglass, which means it'll be a face-off in the Basingstoke defensive zone. So Richardson against Shepherd. And Shepherd, the man sent out. So Ed Bramanis squirts out to Regan Darby, who shoots, and again failed to hold that. And here is Bramanis. Chance just runs away from him as Darby whacks him against the boards. Bramanis still has it. Comes off Peter Aubrey's combination of his skate and his post. Now O'Keefe fired in. And Aubrey's got everything behind that time. Looked like Shepherd was waiting for the puck to break as he went to Peter Aubrey's left, to the right of the goal as we look at it. But Aubrey wasn't let anything squirt away there. But great play again in this game by Doug Shepherd, leading from the front, the captain. Up against Ed Patterson now, the Devils coach. Patterson tips it back, just glad to get anything on that puck. And here goes Regan Darby and puts in Patterson. Patterson, was that offside? No, it's close. Patterson in there. Now Garrow. And a go. Oh, Sacratini, how did he miss? Well, the net's off its moorings again. Sacratini, I think his stick was raised. I think he thought that was in. And then claiming that the net had been dislodged. Either way, the puck didn't go in the back of the net, and no light on. One of those controversial goals and rebounds. This time it'll be Richardson against Shepherd. He's having to almost do double shifts, seeing as his namesake was thrown out in the first period. Sacratini and Richardson, has he got the puck under control? He has. However, Rempel hasn't. It was a little high for him, but he still manages to take it off Galazzi. Galazzi puts him to the ice. The penalty called here. Now Garrow. Garrow shoots and saved again by Mark Bernard. And that'll be a power play in aid of Cardiff. Galazzi. And holding is the call on Mark Galazzi. Galazzi didn't make the last encounter between these two teams. Former Slough, Guildford and Bracknell player. Very exotic name, Galazzi. He's actually from Surrey. Spent most of his time in the southeast of England. But fine servant. 27 years old now, Mark Galazzi, but spending some time in the bin now. Usually plays as a forward because they've lost Andrew Sand, Basingstoke, for tonight's game. Galazzi having to do defending, and his roughy-tufty style is something the big Swede would have been proud of. Miscue there from Sacratini. Garrow now waits for Patterson to get back over the blue line, which he does. Only finds Owen's stick though. Sacratini, the lone defenceman for Cardiff. Rempel leaves it for Sacratini. And Goulet is now back on the ice. And there is Goulet. Will he get a shot in? Leaves it. Oops. Now Redmond is back, so it's 5-on-4 now. Devils still on the power play. Sense of urgency felt from the crowd, but the Devils still quite cool about what they're doing. Going about it very businesslike. There's Garrow. Patterson hovering on the crease. Sacratini, oh, that was a bit too strong for Sacratini. Too strong, Garrow's pass. Ironic thing is, if Garrow had been back on the blue line, he might have managed to get his own pass. Sacratini, not as tall as Garrow, but Goulet, he manages to play Garrow in. There's Rempel out. Again, a bit too strong for Sacratini. Goulet's there. Patterson. Clash of sticks between Patterson and Bernard. Patterson claimed he was being hooked back by his fellow coach. And we could be having a bit more of what we had in the first period, with things going in off the netminder.
Goals should now stand 28 from 23 and 50. That's the Cardiff Devils' second goal.
So, nothing coming of the confrontation between the two coaches as Richardson and Shepherd square up for the face-off. Devils on the power play, remember. Good defending though by Redmond. Phillips allows Derby to take over. Richardson's there as well. Behind the net is Phil Hill. Oof, taken into the boards. DeWall. There's Richardson. Hill again, swapping passes with Richardson. Very patient build-up by the Devils. It's borne fruit before though in this encounter. Hill, under 10 seconds remaining. Oh, fancied the fast one across the crease. Regan Derby, and almost robbed there by Shepherd. Good work by Basingstoke. The Devils have it. Phillips looked up, had to go behind. Phil Hill. Richardson couldn't get a nick on it. DeWall keeps it alive and in the zone. Over the net of Mark Bernard, didn't bother going for that one. Derby now plays it again, it bounces free, and again Devils have it. Phillips, his timing's gone a little awry, like Owens before him, his opponent a couple of plays ago. But Phillips has it now. Now Burgoyne can't really get anything on that pass. Good jump though from Jeff Burgoyne. DeWall with him if he needs him. Devils being forced back, and now Goulet. Goulet went round the big man O'Keefe. Now Rempel tried to play in Neil Francis, still might. Here is Francis. Couldn't get a shot past O'Keefe. Puck came out and offside as Burgoyne tried to take it back in. Minute 16 left. Devils leading 4-1. Don't want to concede anything else in this period. Either team, I would have thought. If Basingstoke score, will set up an amazing last 20 minutes. If the Devils score, Basingstoke, big mountain to climb. Well, Goulet and Owen seem to be playing things against the linesman. Nathan Rempel, the man who went down with a cock leg there. Romanis, good work from him. Goulet equal to him though. Romanis again. Puck didn't go out. Jason Stowe and Francis. Good play. Going back. The Devils. Burgoyne tried to go forward. And now it's Romanis. Chambers there. Owen's there as well, as was Stone. Took one man out. Nobody back with him, so Peter Aubrey has to freeze the puck. Good win there from Sacratini. Galazzi's got a free shot on goal. Went to Aubrey's wrong side, wide of the post. Shepherd now. That was high. Now Phillips. Looking up at the clock, trying to buy himself a bit of time. Oh, shoots! Can he get his own pass back? Again, it runs free in front of that goal. Shepherd just managing to tip it to Chambers. Will get a shot away on Peter Aubrey, and he'll kill the puck with only 4 seconds to go. A lot of players looking at the clock, and a couple of them taking their eye off the action, which almost resulted in a goal at both ends. Thankfully for both netminders, their heart rate and, more importantly, the score stays the same. Well, I'm sure Mark Bernard must have skipped a beat in his chest cavity when he saw Jonathan Phillips trying to retrieve his own shot. But Doug Shepherd came up big again. Sacratini, he's going to feel the wrath of the linesman. Garrow now, he'll just run the clock down, and there it is. Well, a period where we saw 4 goals, 3 for the home side, only 1 for the visitors, and the score after 2 periods: Basingstoke 1, Cardiff Devils 4.
If you have won, your shirt will be collected at the end and presented by the players.
Here we go then, final period, or third period. Basingstoke got it all to do. They're going to go all out, I'm sure, for a bit of early something in this period. Shepherd tries to go forward, but Rempel it is on the puck at the moment for the Devils. Bernard catches it, drops it, catches it, and lets it slide away again, but the puck frozen. Trailing by 4 goals to 1. Bison got to go for it. They want to get something out of this game. However, they've got to defend this at the minute. There's Goulet and Owen again battling. And there we had Wheaton going forward. Garrow checks, but only as far as Sean Maltby. Couldn't quite take the puck in the glove in his stride. Neither can Goulet, trying to get forward from Garrow's pass. And here is Maltby again. And Shepherd. Now Ryan O'Keefe chips it forward. There's Regan Darby though, carrying that puck. Oh, plays that against Chambers' skate. Goulet having to do a bit of defending. Maltby Derby again, only as far as Chambers. Chambers, clear run on goal. Not quite. Hooked away. Galway and Galazzi putting Chambers in again. And there's Burgoyne that time. Two Devils, Phillips and Sacratini, neither of which able to take the breaking puck. So Burgoyne will build from behind his own net. And again, passes going a bit straight. Cardiff got to watch this. Good work there by Jason Stone. Cruikshank back behind the net where Greg Owen loiters. And Stone in there again. And Patterson manages to get it away. And there's Phillips, got Sacratini with him. Will he go alone? Leaves it for Sacratini. Shot coming in and a goal! Jeff Burgoyne makes it 5-1 for the Cardiff Devils. It may have got a touch from Ed Patterson, but great carrying of the puck by Jonathan Phillips. Good work behind the net from Sacratini. Came back to Burgoyne. He's leading the charge with a punching of the gloves, so I presume it was Burgoyne who, just 1 minute and 52 seconds into this third period, makes it 5-1. And Bernard beaten for the 5th time.
Cardiff Devils' 5th goal scored by number 2, Jeff Burgoyne.
Basingstoke haven't finished though. Cruikshank trying to play Bramatis in. He's got it. Now Redmond shot, and that bounced between the two loitering Basingstoke players all the way down the ice. So it's an icing. Well, the Devils will be very happy with this form tonight. 5 goals to 1, and there's still a good 18 minutes, just under, left of this third period. Got to defend a minute though here of the Devils. There's Goulet and Hewitt. Battle. Francis and Alex Simmons out there, taking Cruikshank into the boards. There's Hewitt. Good addition to the Basingstoke lineup he's been after London folded. Bramatis, a bit of a shove from Goulet. Cruikshank, Hewitt, and now Bramatis can't turn and shoot. He did that time. And it falls to Neil Francis. Surrounded though, he's got 4 Basingstoke players around him. Still manages to play in Phil Hill. Hill and Goulet, he was lurking at the far post. Couldn't quite get anything on that. Be an icing called. Makes you wonder if the 6th goal goes in. Will Mark Bernard give way to young Dan Green, who at 23 is waiting for his chance to step up between the pipes. Maybe on 6, we'll wait and see what happens. But he's there, he's keen, he's waiting. In the meantime, like the rest of us, going to watch this face-off, which Sacratini and Owen both combined to miss. There's Galway now going forward for Bison into the corner where assistant coach Mulby chases, and a goal! Well, that was so simple, wasn't it? A goal for number 24, Greg Chambers. And it seems so easy. Dumped into the corner by Galway. Maltby chased it. And straight in front of Peter Aubrey. Devils just dropping off to sleep, I think, there. 43 minutes and 6 seconds. Basingstoke wrestle a goal back. Sacratini, though. Derby, bit of a miscue.
Basingstoke Bison's 2nd goal, scored by number 24, Greg Chambers.
There's nobody with Greg, and there's going to be an icing there as Derby tries to find Richardson.
That's Bison's 2nd goal to number 24, Greg Chambers, assisted by number 11.
It's a tactic that's deployed by a lot of teams that come and play at the Wales National Ice Rink. Play it long, play it to the blue line. They got a man in front of the netminder, and there was no one with Greg Chambers, who notches another goal. Here's Galway. Fired against Aubrey. Lets it bounce off his pads. Rempel to play it round the boards. Some icing there. Devils just happy, I think, to clear this out. Greg Chambers. He used to play with Ryan O'Keefe back in North America. Used to play for Pensacola. There he is, popping up on the score sheet. It's being marked by Ed Patterson as they wait for another break. And Patterson thinks twice about chasing that. Leaves it to the young legs of John Phillips, who closes in on Galway. And Goulet now. Goulet driving on. And Bernard coming up with the puck. Patterson in there as well. I don't think there's anything malicious from either coach. I think it was just the fact both of them wanted to stay on their feet, which they managed to do. And the puck frozen. And Mark Bernard, only beaten twice last time he was here, with a load of saves and rebounds that went the way of his defence. Tonight he's been beaten soundly by 5 very good Cardiff Devils goals. Won't be pleased with that. Well, the Devils. Bernard, not so. Here's Redmond now looking for that long pass again down the ice. It's not on, but Greg Owen takes up the option. DeWall just throws him off balance. Owen slamming into Burgoyne. And there's Chambers again. Good play by Goulet, got everything behind that, and playing Patterson. Got Phillips to the side of him, and offside called anyway. And Patterson would like to apologising to John Phillips there. Obviously would have liked to move the puck quicker out to the left wing, where Phillips was unmarked. But both of them conspiring to cross the line before the puck, or at least Phillips went a little early, I think. Sacratini up against Owen. Owen's had a very busy afternoon. Here's Garrow now. He's going to drive the puck forward. He's got Francis with him. There is Francis. Garrow didn't find him in the end as it bounced off the pipework. Brad Cruikshank. Phil Hill in there as well, who nearly jumps over the puck. Manages to tie Cruikshank up against the boards. Redmond in there as well. Francis going in for a little bit of help. And it falls to Redmond, who drops the glove on it, freezes the puck. And it will be another face-off in the Basingstoke defensive area. Meantime, Sacratini, and again with Owen. Hill having to go back into the corner where Galazzi will find Romanis. That's a straight pass again from defence against Sacratini. Cardiff couldn't capitalise on that though. Here's Galazzi again. That time finds Romanis. Will drive forward. And here's Cruikshank. Sight on goal. Ooh, and that beat Peter Aubrey. Galazzi manages to keep it in. Cruikshank's still there. Romanis. I just feel he's capable of notching a couple of goals. Owen. And Cruikshank. Romanis hovering. Richardson plays it off the board. Sacratini, has he got the legs on Galway? No, he hasn't. Cruikshank takes Owen's pass. Very audible call from Brad Cruikshank. And Darby only plays it against Wheaton. And here's Goulet now. He's got Rempel with him. Leaves it, oh, clever by Nathan Rempel. I don't know whether he meant that, but it looked good. There is Louis Goulet. Now Darby, oh, Richardson tried to get a tip on it, spun off the blocker of Mark Bernard, and now Jason Hewitt for the Basingstoke Bison. DeWall took the puck fairly, says referee Michael Hicks. Got Rempel arriving with him, Goulet's there as well. Goulet leaning on Wheaton. Goulet really had no right to win that. Wheaton should have cleared it by rights. Puck out of sight. So the referee calls a halt to that passage of play. Great determination from Louis Goulet, fully deserved his goal tonight for all his hard work. I keep saying tonight's an afternoon game, but it's what? Well, it's gone 6 in the evening here on Boxing Day. So good evening work from Louis Goulet, I think we're allowed to say now. Meanwhile, back in Bison territory, Sacratini and Hewitt and De Waal. Ooh, Patterson tried to get a tip on that. Hewitt gave the Cardiff coach a nudge, dumped into the corner by Cruikshank and sent packing by De Waal as Galway goes back. And that's Hewitt trying to get something on it. Aubrey manages to beat him to it. Darby had the longer reach, but Hewitt was the faster skater, as is proving here by John Phillips. Game opening up both ends now. Here's Shepherd. Hewitt arriving late, won't keep that in. So Basingstoke having to go back. O'Keefe got Redmond with him. And oh, that's a stray pass because Hewitt was leaving the ice. Patterson and a great save by Mark Bernard in the Basingstoke goal. Well, that was a very important save, probably because it kept him on the ice. But his heart was probably in his mouth again. Both line changes, Goulet. Goulet looking up, seeing who he's got with him. Has to go alone into the corner. Plays it across. There's Burgoyne, shoots! And batted away. That was O'Keefe, the tallest man, as the puck hovered in the air. Cardiff still on the charge. Stone will keep the pressure on. Hill. That's good work again. That time from Francis. Burgoyne. High and into the corner. Where Stone. Good work by Burgoyne, who'd made himself room. Well, having to go backwards from Stone's pass. Francis goes down. Puck goes forward. And an icing call. Pressure relieved slightly by the visitors. Under the cosh a little bit there from what was mainly a British line of Hill. Francis was on there as well. Stone. So Sacratini to contest this with Jason Hewitt. And again it squirts out to Garrow. Garrow. There's Alex Simmons getting a shot. Oh, rebounds off the keeper. Richardson couldn't make anything of it. I think Wheaton copped one in the face there. John Wheaton. And puck goes stray again. Nathan Rempel with Galway. There's Sacratini. And Galway's lost his stick. Oh, that nearly went through the netminder's legs. Sacratini drops his stick. Don't know whether he's got the right one, as Galway's stick was dropped onto the ice. Everybody seems to have sorted out their equipment. But that was a close call for Mark Bernard. He tried to kick it away, almost slipped. It did bounce off his pads eventually. Ah, something for the chavs on the PA system now. There's Goulet and Regan Darby. That hit Jonathan Phillips, who sees it go out to Chambers and Shepherd. And a good save coming in from Maltby's shot. Shepherd set him up beautifully there. And again, game opening right up Patterson across the face of that crease. And Chambers has got Maltby ahead of him. Couldn't find him. De Waal did just enough. Patterson had to be offside. Louis Goulet just seemed to fall into opposing territory there, telling the coach what had happened. They can laugh about it now. So just over 10.5 minutes left of this third period. 5-2 to the Devils. Basingstoke, they get another goal, will sense that they may get something out of this encounter. Goulet beats Shepherd to that. A rare miscue from Kirk De Waal. We'll have to use Regan Darby. Chambers homing in on him. Manages to find Phillips under pressure, who in turn puts Patterson away, but puck went too far forward and play having to come all the way back. Well, over on the Basingstoke bench, you can see John Wheaton in a bit of discomfort at the top of the stairs. I think he and Phil Hill tangled behind the net of Mark Bernard and adjusting the shirt, having a drink. So we'll probably see him back in the fray in a couple of plays' time. Meanwhile, Sacratini having to help defend. Squirts all over the place, that. Eventually ends up off the ice. So to take a couple of deflections before leaving the pad. And again, Basingstoke keeping the pressure on. Shepherd and Sacratini. And Darby finding DeWall, who'll take it between the two offensive players, the two offencemen forwards. Ends up with Phil Hill. And Redmond trying to see him off. And Redmond again. Stone have to switch the puck. Darby plays it off the plexi, looking for Sacratini, and Regan Darby again. Stone calling for it, gets it. Again, these passes very crisp. There goes Phil Hill, trying to outsmart Redmond, just a little too far for Sacratini. Sacratini against O'Keefe. No contest in height there, but contest in determination. Neil Francis tipping the puck too far forward. Jason Stone and Vezio Sacratini were ahead of him, so play stopped and offside the call. You see John Wheaton on the bench putting his helmet and his gloves back on, so grabbing his stick as well, so he's obviously ready to come back into play. And Goulet loses out that time to Owen. Garrow finds Goulet, and Rempel still can't get that puck away from the boards. Alex Simmons is the man back with Brad Cruikshank bearing down on him. Cruikshank and Richardson in a bit of a tangle. Galazzi shoots, miscue, it falls though to Cruikshank, can't turn. Straight across that crease when he did. Owen couldn't get anything on it. And Richardson chasing down Galazzi. Good work though from Galazzi. And Galway, Cruikshank, and Owen. There's Cruikshank, couldn't get a shot, thought about the baseball effort. Garrow plays it only as far as Galazzi. And Galway, spring in the step of the Basingstoke Bison now, I tell you. They seem to be finding a bit more of a sprinting finish. Well, certainly in this part of the game. Phillips though going forward, seen off by combination of Galazzi and Galway. Now Chambers, who plays that against Shepherd. That's going to sting. Can't tell you where that hit him. Slow it down, have a look. Chambers now turns Stone beautifully, and now Sean Maltby. Shepherd, will he go for goal? He does. Sticks in the glove of Peter Aubrey. And a very quiet, unspectacular but business-like game. Peter Aubrey made that one superb save in the second period, which was right on his left-hand post. How he kept it out. Well, again, you can wind that back and have a look. It was semi-acrobatics. Keefe winds up a shot now. Bounces off Darby. Now Phillips going to play it out rather than pass it, and plays it out well. Finds Goulet. Goulet pinned to the boards though by O'Keefe. Patterson coming to join the melee. And Patterson's got it in the corners. Just so well in that corner. And gets it free. Trying to set up Phillips, but the puck frozen by Mark Bernard. Goulet and Shepherd getting tangled up. Won by Goulet. Stone off the skates of Shepherd. And there is Shepherd. Well, that still counts. puck went back in, doesn't matter who played it in. Goulet trying to protest the fact that he had nothing to do with the move. I think Phil Hill, he was in there as well. So again, Goulet and Shepherd have to do it all over again. Goulet wins it. Leaves Burgoyne with a lot to do though. And away he goes. Burgoyne got into a bit of a tangle. Nearly found Francis. Now O'Keefe. Plenty of men in open positions, but he didn't find any of them. There's Phil Hill. Good shot coming in from the tall Welshman. Sacratini and Darby. Francis missed that though. There's Wheaton back on the ice, good to see. Go as far as Galway now. Trying to play in Owen. Wheaton is there. That'll be a penalty now for Basingstoke. There's Owen. Galway. Save, good save as well. That was going top shelf from Peter Aubrey, but the penalty will be called, and Basingstoke will have their 6th power play as the skipper Kirk DeWall goes in.
Jeff Burgoyne's jersey has been won by Sam Littlewood. Jared Adams' jersey has been won by Helen Knox. Matt Ford's jersey has been won by Nick Edwards. Jason Stone.
So the man on the mic tonight is Brent Pope. Has a bit of authenticity to it, isn't it, having a Canadian voice, but he's come in as the emergency announcer, PA man tonight, and he's charged with announcing just everything this evening. Had a busy night with goals and penalties. Wheaton now, as Basingstoke go on this power play. There's Owen, got Brahmanis, and good blocking there. Ooh, Darby got out the way of that, and Aubrey straight behind it. Sometimes you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. As far as being a defenseman goes, do you try to get something on it, or do you leave it for the man with the gloves and the blocker behind you? Darby opted for the latter, and Aubrey was ready and waiting. And there is Darby, doesn't quite leave the crease, leave the zone, rather. O'Keefe fired it back in, but wide. And that's good play from Ed Patterson. Sacratini, I think, thought about chasing it after Patterson had played it forward, but elected to have a rest. So thought that counts, I suppose. Brahmanis breaking on the left. Wheaton now. Men over here for Basingstoke. That's another penalty.
The next 5 jerseys won on the Boxing Day shirt auction. Louis
High sticks.
jersey goes to Andy Jones.
And that's a high stick called against Mike Garrow. Very rare you see Garrow in the box, but gets a high sticking call this time. And surely Basingstoke will want to get something out of this now. 6 minutes exactly remaining. They've got a 5-on-3, and they're 2-5 down. If they get something from this, the last 6 minutes, or the last 5 minutes, will become very intense indeed. Shepherd sent out for his over-exuberance on Goulet.
Fourth penalty to Cardiff Devils number 47, Mike Garrow.
Puck joins the Devils bench.
Time of the penalty, 54 minutes. That is a Cardiff Devils penalty.
So can Basingstoke reverse what happened to them? Last time they had a 5-on-3, of course. Last time that happened, Cardiff scored with Louis Goulet and Regan Darby cutting out the pass. 2 men, same 2 men are still on the ice now. So is Burgoyne. Chambers, got Goulet bearing down on him. There's Darby, and there's Burgoyne. Now Burgoyne will defend with his life, you can believe that. But good play from the Bison. Burgoyne is down. Galway feints, passes now. They've got to get a shot away soon. Galway. Chambers doesn't get it set up right for him. Oh, good save twice by Peter Aubrey, and Shepherd fired over after trying to go high. Maltby now. Galway. Good passing, Maltby. And again, saved by Peter Aubrey. Cruikshank was right there on the edge of the crease. And the big man did exactly what it said on the tin. He came up big, got everything behind that. 30 seconds left on this power play before Devils get a 4th man on the ice. But a minute 17 until they have a full quota of players. Actually, Regan Darby's got to leave the ice because too many men. And wait for Darby to leave. And the puck will be back in play. Sacratini up against Shepherd, Canadian-Italian, against a man who spent a bit of his career playing in Italy. Was that a hand pass from Sacratini? He had no stick. Galway now. Galway shot. Bounces around. Shepherd. There's Chambers. Squirts off Cruikshank that time. Patterson. Iced along all the way to Bernard. And under 10 seconds before they get DeWall back. He'll be itching to get back in the action. So, and there is from that one out, so that's offside. Well, Basingstoke, they were out a better chance of scoring there as the 5-on-3. Peter Aubrey came up very big 3 or 4 times in that passage of play. What's being announced now, thankfully, the Devils are auctioning off these green shirts with the hard to read red lettering on them. So there'll be some real live game shirts going home tonight as a Christmas one-off. And Cardiff, I'm sure, their next home game next year in January will be back in their traditional white. And that's what Basingstoke are playing in tonight, surging forward in those white shirts. O'Keefe and Shepherd changing passes, plays off Phillips, and there's Maltby. Shot coming in.
Once again, the 50-50.
Brad Cruikshank, the man trying to get out of the way of Chambers' shot. Don't know whether it was the wind off the puck that knocked him over, I'm not quite sure, but down on the ground, I think probably Peter Aubrey had a little bit to do with it. He stood firm, just watched as his opponent crash to the ice. Puck frozen. 18 seconds left on the power play, and that'll be a frantic 4 minutes, I'm sure, should anything happen in that 18 seconds, because there's 4:18 left on the game. Sacratini and Shepherd, and Cruikshank a little bit too quick for the linesman's liking. And Cardiff again don't clear it. O'Keefe nearly sneaking one through, but again Aubrey drops himself on it. There we are. The organist put down his sherry and mince pies, and he's revving up the crowd. Hold up in play, of course, while Peter Aubrey make sure his pads are secure. Doesn't play like that in church, you know. It's very restrained. The fans are having a good time. Break in play as well. Peter Aubrey. Make sure everything is tight and secure. Of course, it's difficult when you're out here and your mum's not around to dress you. You know it's a long passage of play if people start dancing to this. It takes a long time to get dressed as a hockey player, probably more so if you're a netminder. But Peter Aubrey, all ready now. And it's Sacratini and Shepherd, 10 seconds left on the power play. Forward from Shepherd, Cruikshank, quickest to react. DeWall's there as well. There is Cruikshank, and again a save from Peter Aubrey. And Darby flips it away. That seemed to hang around forever before Darby actually got anything on that puck from Peter Aubrey's save once again. Up in the air from Sacratini. Garrow hits Galway around the skates. Maltby shoots again. Padded away by Peter Aubrey. Good work there by Nathan Rempel. And again, the Devils haven't cleared it. Gathered by Aubrey. Kirk DeWall seemed to dwell on it for quite a while after Nathan Rempel did some good leg work in the corners. But the Devils survive. A temporary respite as lines are changed. 3.5 minutes left. 5-2 the Devils lead. This won't alter any league positions after this match. It'll certainly make the Devils feel a lot better, especially after their draw in Sheffield and a win here tonight. Now Phillips leaves it for Patterson. Patterson across the crease where Goulet was coming in. Shot from Burgoyne, and again Bernard was solid and right behind the puck. There's Redmond now going forward. Brought down by Burgoyne. Played to Patterson. Call from Burgoyne. Patterson again, and here's Goulet. Owen. Wheaton on the near side. Can only play it forward for Romanis. Stone now. Deflects off Owen. Gathered by Bernard for Galazzi. Noise levels going up now as the Devils fans sense, I think, their first win in 10 league games. Garrow. Owen's there. Stone, make sure that doesn't get too far. Chambers comes away with it, scorer of that goal. There's Maltby, man who got an assist on it. Fires it the wrong side of the goal. And Garrow tried to go high to play in Phillips. But Galway coming forward. And again, gathered by Peter Aubrey, who, well, looks around rather indignantly and then shoves the puck away. I don't think he was very happy with his defenseman in that situation. Meanwhile, at the other end of the ice, Mark Bernard is making his own fun. He's a bit like, you know when your dog's not got anybody to play with and everybody ignores him, so he starts making his own fun. He was actually heading the puck with his helmet. Don't try that at home, kids, okay? Make sure you go round your friend's house and do it. Meanwhile, here's Garrow. Neil Francis in the corner. It's getting comedy of errors now. He nearly took Vezio Sacratini out with that high pass. And we're in the final 2 minutes of the game. Chambers dumps it into the corner. Maltby using his experience to knock Alex Simmons off the puck. And Peter Aubrey, that time, felt he was surrounded by enough players. Now here's a tune we haven't heard for a while in this rink. Shot coming in again on Aubrey, he spills it from Galway. Neil Francis trying to chase Bernard down, plays it wide where Phil Hill is onto it. Here is Francis, but well recovered by Galway. Now Regan Darby, it's under a minute and a half left. Kirk DeWall, and again, stray pass. Chambers almost cleared the plexi with that. Regan Darby, Devils be quite happy to run the clock down. And again, Devils caught in possession. Owen got Cruikshank making ground, but didn't bank on Louis Goulet. Turning in the corners. Oh, it's like having a mini, isn't it? There's Redmond now. And O'Keefe, only as far as Derby. Goulet, he's hungry for more. There's Redmond. And Wheaton. Got Owen with him, may go alone. No, leaves it for Owen. And plays Wheaton back in. Will he go for goal himself? He does. Goes wide of Peter Aubrey's net though, 20 seconds remaining. Wheaton still battling. He'll get that himself. Well, Devils have shown their great character, good skill, and a lot of patience in this win tonight. Derby. They'll just scoop it up in the air, run the clock down, and there it is. Their first win in 10 league games for the Cardiff Devils. I was going to say when they're playing Bryan Adams, I think the last time the Devils actually got to play that was either against Basingstoke or Nottingham. I think it was Nottingham actually. Yeah, it was Nottingham when they won 1-0. And the last time it should have been played was when they beat London 6-2. And there wasn't enough breaks in play in the last 2 minutes for the DJ to play it. So nice to hear some Bryan Adams. Devils, well, they've auctioned those shirts off. Maybe the superstitious amongst us should say they should keep them. They are winning shirts. Handshakes all round. Good work there from Peter Aubrey. He had a good performance tonight. I think it might just fall to Sacratini though as man of the match. Couple of goals, couple of assists. And Mark Bernard, although he came up big, I think, for the opponents here tonight, the Basingstoke Bison, he'll probably go to one of his skaters this evening. Some good performances, particularly from Galway, Chambers, of course, and not forgetting the skipper, Doug Shepherd, who was pretty dangerous going forward.
Please come to the box office now to make your payments. Please welcome up to the ice, ladies and gentlemen, Calvin, Nathan, Reese, and Mike. They are representing AJ Motors, and they will present the Grange Men of the Match Awards. Tonight's away Men of the Match Award goes to number 24, Greg Chambers.
There we are, Greg Chambers, scorer of the second goal. He bags the beer tonight from the guys representing A&J Motors. Is it me or a car salesman looking younger these days? So good work by Chambers. And he and his buddies take the applause of the Cardiff fans. They're very well done. They did lose the influential Jim Shepherd early on, but then again Cardiff lost their enforcer Brad Voth. And it seemed it was the visitors who paid the price for having a man down already without Andrew Sand and Sean Thompson.
Is Louise and Rebecca Pittman, who have won the number 11 jersey of Alex Simmons.
There are, game shirt. And of course, Alex Simmons, the teenager, had a bit of ice time tonight and didn't disgrace himself by any means. And called up into the fray. I don't know, you called up sporadically and then you have to give your shirt away when you're done. But good work from him. So who will it be for the Thompson Cardiff Devils?
Mike back on the ice to present the Man of the Match Award tonight to the Cardiff Devils to number 28, Fabio Sacratini.
Well, I scored the first two goals, two great goals as well they were. Always an influential player, always very, very dangerous. He scored against Sheffield on the 23rd in the Hallam FM Arena.
Come and see it again on January 7th when they take on the Edinburgh Capitals. And once again, Happy New Year to all of you who come today. Thank you. Let's hear it for the Cardiff Devils.
So at last, it's a victory lap for Ed Patterson and his men. And the crowd responding accordingly. They've done very well out of this Boxing Day fixture, out of these Christmas fixtures. They dropped well, away form good, drawing at Sheffield on the 23rd of December here on Boxing Day. It's the full league points for the Thompson Cardiff Devils. Ed Patterson himself getting on the score sheet, and he did say in his programme notes that's what he needed to do. He was quite happy with his work on the ice in the corners. but he'll be delighted not only with his performance, but also the performance of all of the Thompson Cardiff Devils. And that's the final score, even though the Bison outshot their hosts in the final period. Basingstoke 2, Cardiff 5. Until the next time, enjoy your hockey from everybody here at the Wells National Ice Rink. A very happy new year.